It's not a surprise. Not a surprise. I mean, with GSP coming back, I think he handpicked his opponent. And I think he sees something in Bisping. Number one, he sees a guy who's going to help him sell a big pay-per-view and make a ton of money. I can't imagine that GSP is coming back just because of that, right? I think GSP sitting on the sidelines and he saw a guy like Conor McGregor win a belt in a second weight class and said, man, this guy might be able to challenge my legacy. I want to be known as the greatest fighter ever. Anderson's still doing it. I can come back, and I think he genuinely believes he can beat Mike. I think that's why, and he wants the thought of winning a belt in a different weight class, going up in weight and winning, is a thought that he really likes, that he feels adds to his legacy and his accomplishments as a mixed martial artist, motivates him to go through the rigors of a training camp and live that disciplined lifestyle again that he hasn't had to deal with for years, right? It's hard. It's hard to go from being retired, enjoying food, being able to have a glass of wine when you want, going out with friends, to then going back and being in a fight camp, and you can't do anything, right? It's a totally different lifestyle. Now he's back in training. There was something he saw there, something he wanted that he didn't already have, which, it's hard to look at his career and say, hey, what didn't you do? He doesn't need to do this in my eyes, but it's something he wants, so I'm excited for it. And Bisping is the kind of guy who sells fights and gets people excited, either to cheer for him or to cheer for him to get crushed and knocked out. Regardless, they're paying to watch him fight. And, I can't blame Michael Bisping at all for taking this fight. I know there's been arguments. Certainly, Yoel Romero's got an issue with it. Can't blame him. Yoel deserves his title shot. Jacare deserves a title shot. The whole middleweight division now is waiting because Georges St-Pierre decided to come back. But there's no way anybody on this planet fights Yoel Romero or Jacare over fighting GSP. Not going to, especially. Forget just not wanting to, picking him over those two in general, right? You're going to pick him because he comes with a price tag that's probably 3 to 4 times more. Bisping stands to make that much more money to fight GSP with pay-per-view revenue than he would to fight Romero or Jacare. Who wouldn't want to take that fight? I don't even know if Jacare is human. I mean, the guy is a species all his own. He's incredible. And, somebody mentioned to me the other day, well, Yoel Romero's getting old. He's already 40, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Look, all I know is if this is what he looks like at 39 or 40, man, I wish I had his athletic ability. I wish I could be Yoel Romero at 60. All right? When he's 60, he will still be a far greater athlete and have more gifts than I ever had. That's for dang sure. I'll take that. All right? Romero may be the first guy who can compete in the UFC into his 50s. He's that level of athlete. There's obviously still a rush, and the time is ticking. We want to get him his title shot in 2017. He deserves it. But I can totally see why Bisping said yes to the GSP fight. Going to be a great event. Going to be a lot of fun, and watching them trash talk this weekend was a blast.